It's 7:15 on Sunday. It was calm overnight, damn cold morning. I've got the aircon going, which is the splashing noise you can hear. We've had a very heavy dew. Looks like one of the circus boats heading off. I think we saw it having refueled Friday. Hopefully today is the day we get the new battery system in and working. Well, I think we can officially call it a beautiful morning. It should have warmed up outside now. The sun's been out for a while. So, to work. Well, I've got my Victron battery charger, but it also will work as a power supply. So I'll hook that onto the bus bars. There it is down there. Right, next we'll turn off the solar. Well, we might have to put the battery charger on a bit more securely, and the solar's off. So the bottom ones turn the panels off, the top ones turn off the connection between the controller and the main bus bars. We'll turn off the Multiplus. And there we go. I'll disconnect the temperature sense because we don't need it anymore. Right, cover back on, which means all the 230 volts is covered. So everything in here now that you can get your hands on is only 12 volts. Disconnected the batteries. All I can say is they're fire truckingly heavy. Oh, one's out. Oh, two out there. Temperature sensor removed. Okay, give it a bit of a clean. So we need to put some more holes through there to get the BMS communication cables ×2 through, and I also want to run another cable out for an Anderson plug in the cockpit. So I can't find my deck seal that I wanted, so I've sent Stuart off to get another one. Oh, they're a bit smaller. Oh, this one's a negative, and we have to put a new terminal on it because very different size. A little option, but reuse the current cables, which have been proved to be adequate for the draw we need. So I've just been feeding the excess length of the positive in, and I'll go and see if I can mount the battery switch and the fuse inside rather than here. Well, there's enough length to do it in here, and if I can get it on top here, it's much easier to reach than the battery locker when the seat is in place, and there are fuses on the battery posts as well. Right, come in here, tie it close to the wall, onto the T-class fuse. T-class fuse, curve around to the battery switch, curve back around again, and go up to the negative side of the and go up to the positive side of the BMS. Doable. We'll use this that Stuart's just got to go through there. No, we need to drill some holes. Oh, nothing's as quick as you'd think. But anyway, it's there. Well, I've got Stuart joining the BMS cables up. He's got sharper eyes than me. Right, so those wires are through. The white one's going to be for a 12 volt cockpit plug. Just want it through at the moment. The BMS cables are the little black ones. And now I'm going to put a new terminal on the negative. Oh well, successful. Right, 8mm lug now with heat shrink. and tighten to the correct torque with the torque wrench, rivet. Positive and negative on, positives onto a fuse. Have not connected two batteries together, so the circuit is not completed. We have excess cable pushed in here, so I will make the connection between the battery switch and the Class T fuse outside. Okay, shortest possible cable between the 400 amp T-class fuse and the high rated battery on off, and it is connected to the input side. Time for lunch. It's a bit windy out there. They've got another race in the autumn series, so they'll have a decent breeze, but we've obviously got something else on the go, so time for lunch and we'll carry on. So the battery charger in power supply mode is keeping the fridge freezer going and minor house loads. Okay, into here, so the furthest away one, the one on the starboard side, is positive. The one closest to us is negative. Oh, it's been impossible to video, but this is the cable that goes between the battery switch and the input side on the BMS. Unfortunately, I was unsuccessful at crimping the cable in this confined space, so I have to see if we can pull it out through the gland. We have the output positive and negative, and nothing's tightened yet. I don't mind admitting there's a lot of swearing and cursing going on, but we're all wired in here. I just need a protective sleeve over the positive, which is on back order. So positive comes in, goes through the fuse, goes through the battery switch, which is currently off, and then goes into the input side of the BMS. Negative comes in, goes to the BMS. Positive out, negative out, and they come down to here, which is another couple of Class T fuses, and I have disconnected, which is the green masking tape actually, the link to the engine batteries. So the drop in the light, switch is off, that would be on, that's off. So we just need to join the two batteries together and we should be live to the BMS. Well, new cable clamps, so this one needs to be fixed again. I'll do that tomorrow. So we just need to join that positive to that positive, and that negative, and then we have batteries in parallel. Well, we're stymied. We're one 20mm squared terminal with 8mm hole short, and the bolts going into the battery aren't long enough to take two cables. So that might be continuing tomorrow, and it is the end of the day anyway. We'll do a bit of a tidy up, won't go too overboard, and head home. Rightio girl, we'll be back tomorrow. Oh, not such a nice day today. Got a strong south easter again. But hopefully we'll get things fired up quickly. Got the next two sizes of 8mm bolts for the battery post. We need one more lug, so I've got some spares, so two spares of 120mm squared, two 8mm holes and two 10mm holes left over, hopefully. Right, batteries are wired in parallel. I've checked the voltage and it's 13.16 at the terminals, positive and negative. Right, insulating caps on. I suppose we go down and turn on the system. Still some wiring tidy up to do, and I'm still waiting on the insulating cap for that positive going in. But let's turn on the battery switch. I have checked checklist and the manual. Right, that's on. Right, no sparks yet. Let's turn on the BMS. Oh, here clicks. So it's got a relay to charge the inverter through that resistor. That's that silver thing. Well, that seems to be working. Let's turn back on solar. So power on. Solar on. Should start seeing some blue lights. Yep. I'll take the battery charger off. Everything seems to be working. Let's turn on the Multiplus. So it takes a little bit of time to warm up. We'll go and have a look at the Touch 70 display because it's run by the Cerbo GX, which is the brains of the outfit. Right, last thing is to turn the grid back on. So put shore power back on. Right, I've plugged this back in. Turn this on. It'll take a little bit before it changes. Reflections are a problem. Okay, I just heard it. The Multiplus relay go. Right, so charging's ramping up. Right, we're charging at 136 amps at the moment. So it'll be solar plus the Multiplus charger. Multiplus has got its fan going as it's charging the high current. Batteries, I'm sure, are shipped at about 70% or something, so it'll take a while to get to 100. The system doesn't know what 100 is yet. We've still got a bit of tidying up to do. Still need to install the DC to DC chargers for the alternators, but no rush on that. Well, what to finish first? I'll put the battery hold down bar back in. We'll put some cable ties and we'll finish this up so we can put the table back in. This white cable down here is to run through for a USB 12 volt connection somewhere, but that can be at a later date. Victron cable ties in, all tidy here, and we'll worry about connecting that 12 volt accessory wire later. And we can reinstate the locker now. Okay, but done. It's getting near maximum charge. We're only drawing 40 watts from shore power. I'll start a bit of a tidy up in here. Well, the cover's on. There's the servo, and here's its current power supply. So we're going to shift that to the BMS as recommended. Right, ring terminals replaced with bootlace ferrules. Right, connected to the BMS via the tin rail block I put in, and it has power again. I've connected the allowed to discharge cable that goes across to the battery protect, although it's not connected to that end. I'm sorting out the cables to and from the Cerbo. Get that. I'm not going to do the cable ties tight because I have to get a VE dot direct cable down here to control one of the Orion XS DC to DC chargers. There's one more port on the two-pooper, which is for VE dot direct inputs. So I'm currently using 3, and then it turns it into USB, which is going to the Cerbo GX. That's looking fairly good, and the alarm is stuck down with VHB tape. The battery switch is mounted. They haven't screwed the fuse holder down yet. Well, I'm stiff and sore and bruised, but we seem to have successfully got there. Not finished, but things are functional. It's quite a nice afternoon. Wind seems to have gone down a bit. I've got to go to a meeting. And Wednesday we will get rid of these somewhere and put the table back.